In today's episode of Unsolved Mysteries, we're going to be diving into the murder of a coronavirus medical researcher from Pennsylvania named Dr. Bing Liu. Although his death is very tragic, what's interesting about this case is that the police has ruled it as a murder-suicide, but there are many others who believe that his death is tied to a conspiracy that centers around the truth of the coronavirus origins. So, was Dr. Liu murdered because he found out the truth of the coronavirus emergence? If so, who exactly murdered him? And if not, what was the motive for the murderer to end his life? Although the case is declared solved by the police, these are questions that still need answers, so let's dive deep into the clues to come up with our own theories and speculations. Let's get into this case now. On May 2nd, 2020, a well-respected 37-year-old University of Pittsburgh Medical Center researcher named Dr. Bing Liu was said to have been on the verge of very significant findings related to the coronavirus. However, although the exact time is unknown, Dr. Liu was found dead by multiple gunshots to the head, neck, and torso in an Elm Court townhouse located not far from Pittsburgh. According to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Liu's rear and front patio doors were open at the time of the homicide due to the nice weather. His wife wasn't at home and there was no forced entry and nothing taken. But before we dive into his murder, let's first discuss about Dr. Liu's background. Originally from China, Dr. Liu received his Bachelor of Science and PhD in Computer Science at the National University of Singapore. He later did his postdoctoral studies at Carnegie Mellon University in the United States. Afterwards, he recently been promoted to Research Assistant Professor position at the University of Pittsburgh, and in addition to being a prolific researcher, Liu wrote a book and co-authored 30-plus publications, including 4 in 2020, according to his university. His publications included those in Nature Chem Biology, Radiation Research, Scientific Reports, Science Signaling, International Journal of Molecular Sciences, and Frontiers in Pharmacology. In a statement, Liu's colleagues describe him as an outstanding researcher who was on the verge of making very significant findings towards understanding the cellular mechanisms of the COVID-19 infection. They mourned Liu's passing and pledged to complete his research in an effort to pay homage to his scientific excellence. Dr. Yvette Bahar, who is the head of the Computational and Systems Biology Department, told the Post-Gazette that Liu had only recently begun researching COVID-19 and was just starting to obtain interesting results. She stated, quote, "He was sharing with us, trying to understand the mechanism of infection, so we will hopefully continue what he was doing," end quote. The university also said, quote, "Bing was on the verge of making very significant findings toward understanding the cellular mechanisms that underlie SARS-CoV-2 infection and the cellular basis of the following complications." But let's go back to the day of his murder on May 2nd, 2020. According to the Pennsylvania police, a 46-year-old suspect named Hao Gu was found dead in a car from what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head, leading police to call deaths a murder-suicide. Cops, however, did not mention how Dr. Liu and Gu knew each other and have not discussed possible motives. But the police reports did reveal that Gu returned to his car, parked 100 yards away from Charlemagne Circle, and turned the gun on himself, which led to believe that Gu died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Also, according to the Pennsylvania police, quote, "The males are known to each other, and investigative leads developed throughout the weekend have led us to believe that the male from the car shot and killed the man in the townhome before returning to his own car and taking his own life," end quote. Hao Gu is believed to have entered Dr. Liu's house through an unlocked door before opening fire, hitting him in the head, neck, and body. However, nothing was reported missing from Liu's home, and the police said that there is no danger to the public. Once the investigation was over, the police also determined it was a murder-suicide resulting from a lengthy dispute regarding an intimate partner. Apparently, Hao Gu's intention of murdering Dr. Liu was completely based on a love interest, and the police have concluded that there was zero evidence that the case was linked to Liu's research work and the current public health crisis. But as mentioned before, there are many others who have deemed this case to be a government conspiracy. According to a user from the Chinese social media platform, Weibo, it was stated, quote, "Oh my god, this seems like coming straight out of Mission Impossible. Perhaps he found out the virus originated from an American lab," end quote. There were also many similar comments suggesting Liu was killed because he was supposedly about to unravel the mystery of the coronavirus origins. Chinese officials and state media had previously promoted a baseless claim that the virus originated in the US and was brought to Wuhan by American soldiers. So it was no question that some Weibo users have stated that the case seems too coincidental. But at the end of the day, these claims were all just rumors and conspiracies with inconclusive evidence. Overall, the murder of Dr. Bing Liu was quite shocking and unfortunate news. Hearts and prayers go out to his wife and family in China, for they have lost a very outstanding researcher who was on the verge of finding the cure for the COVID-19 virus. Although he has passed away, his work and outstanding achievements will not go unnoticed and will be carried on by his fellow colleagues and researchers at the University of Pittsburgh. The coronavirus is highly infectious and deadly to those who are old and have a weak immune system. So as common bystanders, it is our duty to stay quarantined and apply social distancing so we don't spread the virus onto others who are at high risk. But although the police have declared this case to be solved, there are still many questions that raises eyebrows to be deemed as a cover-up. So, was this really a government cover-up to hide the fact that the coronavirus originated from a US lab? Or perhaps did the Chinese government send Hao Gu to kill Dr. Liu? These are questions that still need answers, hence why this case is still unsolved. Hey guys and gals, this is Mr. Shin Ramen, and I just want to thank you for making it this far. Did you enjoy the video? If so, it would be greatly appreciated if you can leave a like on this video and subscribe to this channel for more future content. Till next time, stay safe and stay scared.